Welcome to Financial Accountability at Oklahoma Baptist University. My name is Rhonda Richards, and I will be your instructor this fall semester for this course. And so what I wanted to do is just go over a few things with you and get you started. This course, it may be a little bit different than what you've done before. We'll be using McGraw-Hill Connect, which is an outside software, but it's great because it gives you feedback. It gives you helpful hints and pointers along the way. And if you have a question, it enables me to get in there and look at your homework so I can help you even more than if you just email me a question. So this is an online course. My name is, as I said, Dr. Rhonda Richards. I am a CPA and a CMA, that's Certified Managerial Accountant, not as common, but you'll read about it in Chapter 1. The textbook we're using is the 4th edition, and so the 5th edition was quite a bit different, and at the time we selected this, I had not had time to review it, so we went with the 4th edition. I have reviewed 5th since then, and they're very much the same. The ISBNs I've had several questions already. You must have Connect. It's required. And so the bookstore gave me the digital access ISBN, and then they gave me the physical and the digital. You'll want to do a little checking on that to make sure you're getting the right thing. But the main thing you need is Connect access. And you can even reach out to McGraw-Hill and they'll assist you in that as well. I do highly recommend the textbook because when you're doing your homework or you're taking exams, you're going to want to have resources. And if you're trying to use what comes with Connect Access, you're going to be very limited. So I do highly recommend that you have the textbook as well. What we'll do in this class, we'll look at financial activities in an organization. We'll look at departments, divisions. We'll look at the company as a whole. We will look mostly at managerial accounting functions, and we will be taking a look at financial statements, how we classify things on financial statements, how journal entries are made, and how those impact financial statements. We'll be analyzing. We'll be looking at costing. For example, what does it cost to make a cup of coffee if you're going to sell it? There's a lot more than just the coffee beans. We'll be looking at budgeting and other processes, and what we're going to emphasize in this class, from my perspective, is the way a manager looks at accounting. So what we'll do first of all is look at basic financial statement presentation, interpreting financial statements, looking at how managers make decisions about accounting information from those financial statements, and some ethical dilemmas and how to deal with them appropriately. So this is an 8-week course. It's accelerated, and we run Monday to Monday, so your assignments are posted before Monday, but technically Monday, and they're due the following Monday at midnight. And the reason I do that is because that gives me Monday to help you with any last-minute questions that you might have. I check my email periodically throughout the day. Sundays are kind of my day off, and so I might not be as good about checking my email, so that gives me Monday to respond to you. The best thing to do is not wait on your email. Get ahead as much as possible so that if you do get stuck on something, you can email me and ask me for help, and I can respond to you in time for you to get it completed. So every week you will read your chapter, you'll complete the homework problems, and you'll complete a quiz. And in this course, we'll also have 3 case studies. Those will be signed later, a midterm exam, and a final exam. And your due dates will be posted. No late assignments are accepted for any reason. Don't ask. It's just not an option. I will give an opportunity for some bonus points later on in the semester, so if you miss an assignment for some reason, because I understand life does happen and sometimes you just can't get that assignment in on time, those bonus points will help make up for that. It's important that you keep up. I don't like you to work ahead either because there's so much material. I feel like that if you work ahead, you just don't get a good grasp of it. And so I try to keep everybody together so that we can help each other as we go through this course. If you have questions, please ask. Email is the best way to reach me. I'm not on campus. I actually don't live in Shawnee. I'm about 2 hours away. So you'll need to reach me via email. And if we need to talk, I will provide you a way to get in touch with me. My grading scale is standard. My point distribution As you can see, the exams are pretty heavy, the case studies and the homework. Quizzes not so much, but the quizzes will help you with the exams. And so it's really important that you pay attention and focus on those quizzes. You'll have 6 quizzes, and you'll see that schedule here in just a few minutes. Your homework, and actually, I say 6 quizzes. This first week, that's going to be a little bit different, but I'll show you why. Your homework is through Canvas, as are all of your quizzes except one, and that's what I'm going to show you here in just a few minutes. Quiz 1 is a little bit different. So you actually have 5 worth 20 and 2 worth 10, so it's still 120 points. On your homework, you will be going to Connect through Canvas, and the reason it's important to go that route is because sometimes if you go directly to McGraw-Hill's website and don't go through Canvas, your grades don't post in Canvas, and it can cause problems later on. I've actually seen students lose their work because they go that route, and I don't know why. I've talked to McGraw-Hill repeatedly, and their best advice is just access all of the assignments and quizzes through Canvas, and then we know that we're tied to the correct course. I will post videos each week that will give you helpful hints and pointers on the chapter, maybe sometimes even specifically on the homework. Academic honesty is very, very important to me. I expect you to observe Christian principles as I do. The university does maintain a strict policy, which includes cheating, plagiarism, giving assistance on an exam or paper when expressly forbidden by the instructor, and it is expressly forbidden by this instructor. You will do your work alone. If you want to work together on your homework, that's fine, but that doesn't mean paying someone else to do it for you or having someone else to do it for you. On your exams, you are to work alone, period, because I need to see if you're learning and what you're learning. And so it kind of goes through that there and gives you the information that you need. So this is kind of the tentative schedule, and because it's online tentative, we usually stick with it. We don't have to worry about snow days. So this first week, October 14th, is the day that I make the assignment. We'll be going over chapters 1 and 2. We have homework worth 50 points, 25 for each chapter. And as I said, this first week you have 2 quizzes, one worth 10 points each, and I'll show you why in a few moments. Those are due the following Monday at midnight Central Standard Time, and then we move on into week 2, and you do chapters 3 and 4. Now, this looks a little funny. So in chapter 3, what I do is I go ahead and assign the case studies. Those will cover chapters 1 through 3, even though we haven't made, 1 through 12. Even though we haven't made it through chapter 12 yet, at least it gives you an opportunity to, because one of the case studies will be related to these first 4 chapters, and one will probably be related to this next grouping. But it gives you an opportunity to read those cases and be watching for the material that you need. This is a cumulative course. So even if a case study comes from chapter 12, we may talk about some of the information that you need in chapter 1. And so I recommend once those are assigned that you read those case studies and be familiar with what the question is, be familiar with what you're looking for, and it'll help you when you get ready to turn those in. Then we get into chapter 5 and 6. We have our midterm exam, and then we move into decision making, and you can kind of see how we go through this process. Now down here, I did extend this due date due to Thanksgiving. I don't expect you to work on Thanksgiving, and so I did extend the due date there and give you a little more time with your family. I don't give you the whole week off though. So far, I have posted chapter 1 homework, chapter 2 homework, chapter 2 quiz, and chapter 1 quiz. Now, you can also see these, and what I would get in the habit of doing if I were you is going through this assignment link right here. And so you can see I've got chapter homework assigned due October 21st at 11:59 p.m., which is basically midnight. Chapter 2 homework assigned, chapter 2 quiz, and chapter 1 quiz. Now, let me tell you, it's going to be a little bit different getting started. Chapter 1 homework, when I say it's easy, it's incredibly easy. It's basically just an overview. I just need you to kind of go through the process of making sure you're familiar with accounting. And I don't even think you have to do anything. I think you just kind of watch, but it'll walk you through. McGraw-Hill Connect I use it in all of my accounting classes, and it's a wonderful tool. So it guides you along, and you know what you need to do. Chapter 1 quiz is a general knowledge quiz. I think I can click on this without giving away any of the answers. Yeah. So this is a general accounting knowledge quiz. I don't want you to use any resources. I just need to know what you know about accounting. So I've taken an exam that is given on general accounting knowledge and pulled out 10 questions that I would like to see if you know the answer to. You're going to get 10 out of 10 regardless of how you score on this. I will update it after the due date. But I really just kind of want to get an idea of your general knowledge of accounting. So that's quiz 1. Now, when we get into quiz 2, it gets a little bit more serious. Chapter 2 homework, for example, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. And you'll see what it does is it takes me into Connect. Now, if you have not registered in Connect yet, it's going to prompt you to do that. And so you can see that if I go to my student assignment view, my due date, previous attempts, you get 3 attempts at every homework. And I'm a little limited here because I'm recording and I've got windows open. So yeah, you got three attempts right here. You do not get full feedback on your first attempt because what I have learned is some students, I'm sure you wouldn't do it, but some students just kind of fly through, get the feedback, and then input the answers, and they don't learn anything. But you will get an opportunity to correct the things you got wrong. And if you're struggling with it, please email me. But when you do email me, don't say, I need help with Chapter 2 homework. Say, I am on Chapter 2 homework. I am looking at problem number 2, and I'm trying to calculate this, and this is the number I'm using, and it's saying it's wrong. Can you please help me? The more information you give me, the quicker I can answer your question. And so if you say I need help with Chapter 2, then I'm going to email you back and say, which problem? And you're going to say problem 2. And then I'm going to say, okay, what part of problem 2? And then you're going to say the second part. And then I'll say, well, how are you calculating it? You get the idea? So the more information you give me, the better. You also get check my work. You can put an answer in and click check my work, and it'll tell you if it's right or wrong. And you get 3 attempts at that per question as well. So I've tried to help the learning process as much as I possibly can. And so again, you're given that information. Okay, so this is what your problems look like. In this particular homework assignment, you have 4 questions, and each are worth 6.25 points each. And so that's what it looks like, okay? Let me see if I can get back to Canvas without messing anything up. So when I was saying access your homework through Canvas, that's what I'm referring to. Don't go straight to Connect. So welcome to the class. I think it's going to be a great class. I want you to email me with questions, introduce yourself, let me know what's going on, keep me updated. And I want to help you learn as much as I can about financial accountability and managerial accounting.